Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are tackling a beast of a novel, one of Charles Dickens's most ambitious works ever, the incredible Bleak House.
So right from the get-go, Dickens doesn't give us a hero. Nope. He drops us right into this thick, oppressive fog. And you gotta understand, this isn't just about the weather in London. He's painting a picture of the legal system itself, a total swamp. The fog isn't just outside, it's inside the courtroom, you know? It's clouding everyone's judgment, hiding the truth. It's literally choking the life out of everything.
And this is what makes Bleak House so incredibly powerful and, honestly, pretty radical for its time. Think about it. The villain isn't some guy with a twirly mustache, it's an institution. The High Court of Chancery, that's the monster. It's this slow, grinding machine that just eats up people's lives, their money, their hope. So the real fight here? It's just regular people trying to survive against this absolutely soul-crushing broken system. Okay, so how does Dickens show us just how bad this system is? Well, it's pretty brilliant, actually. He sets up the story with these two totally different worlds, running in parallel. And at first glance, they seem like they couldn't be further apart. First up, we're in the world of the super-rich, the aristocracy. We're at this grand estate called Chesney Wold. And that quote you just saw about Lady Dedlock's view, it's perfect, because it's not just about what's outside her window, it's about what's inside her. I mean, this woman has it all, money, power, beauty, and yet she says it herself. She is bored to death. It's this world of just frozen, empty privilege. And then, bam, we're on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. We meet Esther Summerson. Now, she's an orphan, she's got this mysterious, kind of sad backstory, but she finds a home. And it's not some fancy mansion. It's a warm, loving, maybe a little chaotic house that's also called Bleak House. And her world, it's the total opposite of Lady Dedlock's. It's all about purpose, friendship, and a real sense of community.
So you can see the stark difference here, right? These two houses are like the two poles of the whole novel. You've got Chesney Wold on one side, wealth, power, sure, but also secrets and total boredom. And then you've got Bleak House, simple maybe, but full of purpose and real human connection. This is Dickens showing us, in a really clever way, the massive gap between the rich and the poor in his time.
All right, so we have these two completely separate worlds. What in the world could possibly connect them? Well, the answer is a single, absolutely monstrous lawsuit.
This is the infamous case of Jarndyce and Jarndyce. It's at the very heart of the novel. So what is it? It's a lawsuit over an inheritance that's been going on for generations. It's gotten so complicated, so bogged down, that the legal fees are literally eating up the entire fortune. I mean, think about that. The money they're fighting over is disappearing into the pockets of the lawyers. It's the perfect, most absurd symbol of how broken this court system is.
And the human cost, it's just devastating. A character in the book gives this absolutely chilling description of what it feels like to get caught up in this lawsuit. It's not like a quick death. It's like being slowly ground down, bit by bit. It's a slow, agonizing destruction of your soul. You're being destroyed one tiny piece at a time. And this case leaves a whole trail of broken people in its wake. You've got Richard Carstone, this bright, hopeful young guy who just gets completely obsessed with winning the case, and it destroys him. Then there's poor Miss Flight, this sweet old woman who's been driven completely mad by the court's delays. And Mr. Gridley, a man just consumed by his own fury at the injustice of it all. These aren't just characters, they are the human faces of the system's failure. But here's the thing. The lawsuit, as huge as it is only part of the story. There's another mystery simmering in the background, a really personal one. And this secret is what's going to tie these two seemingly separate worlds together in a way you would never expect. So this becomes the other huge question driving the whole book. What is the secret connection? How is the powerful, seemingly untouchable Lady Dedlock linked to the forgotten people being crushed by the court? And the whole mystery kicks off with this tiny, almost forgettable moment. The family lawyer is reading some legal papers, and Lady Dedlock happens to see the handwriting. She just asks, "Who copied that?" And then she faints. Now, for a woman who is famous for never showing any emotion, for being this ice queen, this is a huge deal. It's a massive red flag that something is up. Okay, so that one moment sets off this whole chain of events. It turns out the handwriting belongs to this poor guy who just copies legal documents, a man known only as Nemo, which is Latin for no one. Super mysterious, right? Well, the lawyer, Mr. Tulkinghorn,
smells a secret and starts digging into Lady Deadlock's past. And then the bombshell drops. We find out that years ago, Lady Deadlock had a secret lover and gave birth to a child that she thought died. And guess who that child is? It's Esther Summerson, the orphan and the aristocrat, their mother and daughter. Turns out their worlds weren't separate at all. So that's the whirlwind tour of this huge, sprawling story. But let's get to the big questions. Why did Dickens even write this thing? And maybe more importantly for us, especially if you're reading this in school, what are we supposed to take away from it today? You have to understand, for Dickens, this wasn't just a story. It was a mission, a crusade. He was trying to show everyone how one single broken institution could be like a disease, spreading its poison, corruption, misery, hopelessness, through every single layer of society, affecting everyone from the top to the very bottom. So if you're studying this book, the takeaways are just as relevant now as they were then, and they're huge. First, systems have consequences. A messed up institution isn't just some theory. It ruins real people's lives. Second, we are all connected. Dickens is shouting from the rooftops that there's no such thing as someone else's problem. Third, ignoring problems doesn't make them go away. That fog we talked about, it's a perfect symbol for people choosing not to see the injustice right in front of them. And finally, and maybe this is the most important one, compassion is a form of resistance. Being kind in a cold, heartless system is a powerful, revolutionary act. And this quote from the book, it just nails Dickens's whole attitude. He's basically saying the legal system has only one goal, to make more business for itself. It's not about justice, it's not about helping people, it's a machine designed to keep itself running, feeding on the misery of others just to stay in business. And that, right there, is why this book still hits so hard. Dickens was pointing a finger at his own society, asking, hey, who's responsible for all this mess? For the fog, the corruption, the ruined lives? And now, more than 150 years later, the book turns that question back on us. When we look around and see broken systems and people suffering, who's responsible today?